everyone, I'm here today with a weekly favorites. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a really long time. And so I thought I would share some of my products that I've been loving a lot this week. And yeah, let's just get started. First product, where do we start? Let's start with how we get ready. So a primer that I've actually really been enjoying, and I've been using this for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know, this is like a weekly / monthly favorites. So we're just gonna call it May favorites, but some of these are weekly favorites. That way there's not gonna be another favorites next week that's of the month. So this is like a combined current favorites. Let's do that. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Light Correcting Primer in Dim Light. I really enjoy this. It does have kind of a mattifying effect, which is weird because I thought it would be more of a kind of glowy product, but I feel like it kind of mattifies my face a little bit, but it also like kind of makes it glow from within at the same time. I know it sounds weird, right? But it does, and it kind of like color corrects your face. I feel like you need less foundation. There's 3 or 4 different shades, but I got the one in dim light and I really love what it does to my skin. It kind of blurs the imperfections, it kind of evens out the skin tone, kind of mattifies my face, but also makes my face look like this healthy glow, but not shiny or shimmery, but like glowy matte. That doesn't even make sense, but somehow that's what it does. So I'm loving this. I'm loving the dim light. I want to get the luminous light one as well, but the dim light is the one I've been using and I think it's so good. All right, so the next product is newer, and as in today's my first day using it, but when I used it, I literally fell in love with it. So that's why I say this is like a current favorites, and I just love it. So this is the CoverFx Custom Blot Drops, and can I just tell you that mixing this with like some of my favorite like luminous foundations, I was playing with it last night. It's amazing. One of my favorite foundations, especially from the drugstore, is the Maybelline Fit Me in the Dewy and Smooth. Now this gives a really pretty glowy, dewy, luminous look to the skin. And as it's getting warmer here, I mean, it's supposed to be almost 100 degrees here. It's insane. So I can't really wear these. Otherwise, it's like oil city on my face. So today, this is what I'm wearing. This is in the shade 125 Nude Beige, by the way. I just dropped 2 drops of this into this foundation, and it literally still gave like that luminosity to my skin, sorta, but then mattified it. Like, I know that just sounds so crazy. It sounds so crazy because it's like an oxymoron. How can you be matte and luminous? But it really is matte and luminous. Same with this thing. But it like mattified it down, but still looked healthy and glowy on my skin. So it didn't give me that flat matte look, but it didn't make this as glowy and like dewy as it normally is on my skin. I just love it. It's just so great. So this is something you can mix with primers, you can mix with moisturizers, you can mix it with foundations, and it feels so nice on the skin. Like it's a little bit of this like gel texture, and it didn't like make my foundation weird. It didn't really change the consistency, it just changed the finish. And I think it's so cool because I have so many foundations that I love the coverage and I love how it looks on my skin, but if it's hot outside, I mean, it's just gonna melt off. It's gonna be too glowy, too luminous, I'm gonna be an oil slick. So being able to have a product that kind of tones that down and mattifies it without caking on a ton of powder or using a ton of like mattifying primers that tend to like peel up on my skin, this is amazing. I love the finish of this on my skin. And paired with this foundation, it's amazing. So if you guys are looking for something to kind of mattify some of your favorite foundations, you need this because I think it's so good. And it's, it just feels like I swatched it on my hand and it just feels so smooth and nice. So I'm gonna keep playing with this, but I am so impressed so far. I just think it looks so great. And the other favorite is this Dewy and Smooth. I've been loving this. I kind of went back to it this month, and the combination of those two is like A+. Another product, some of these are coming back in stock, so that's why I felt like it was okay to mention it. I just watched Jaclyn Hill's snaps, I'm sure you guys all follow her, and she said something about like more of these coming out, but after the 16th of June, then they're like gone. So at least like the face and eye palette maybe. But from the Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill collaboration, I did a whole video on this. If you haven't seen it, it went up on yesterday. It went up Thursday. So I had an extra video up this week. And I swatched all these, gave my honest opinion of all the new products from the Champagne Pop collection collaboration. But anyways, the two highlighters, the Champagne Pop, which you can always get, and the Prosecco Pop, which is limited edition to this palette. Hopefully they'll come out with it in a full size, like keep it in their permanent line. But the combination of those two mixed looks really beautiful on the cheeks. That's what I'm wearing today. I just think it's a really gorgeous, kind of like mixing a golden with like a peachy highlight, and it's really pretty. If you have really fair skin, this might be a little bit dark for you, but I've been loving mixing these two together. This one is Champagne Pop, Prosecco Pop, and that is them mixed. The brush that I'm adoring applying it with is the MAC 133, and I just kind of go a little bit in each, tap off the excess, and I just kind of pop it. And do you see that? It's just so pretty. So since I've gotten this, I have been using this every day, but before that came in, I had actually went back to my Champagne Pop and had been using that a lot and mixing it with Becca's Opal. But I really like this combination, so if you were able to get your hands on it, that combination is great if you haven't tried it. All right, so the next favorite is, let's stick with the highlighters, the Champagne Pop Liquid Illuminizer. I love this. You don't necessarily need to use the Champagne Pop one. You can use any of the ones in their permanent collection, but this is the one I've been using just because I had gotten it recently and I wanted to try it. Usually I actually mix this with my moisturizer in the morning. I've been using Moonstone, I think, or Pearl. I think I've been using Pearl in my bathroom. I have about this much left because I mix one pump with my moisturizer almost every single morning, and it gives the most beautiful, like, healthy glow to your skin. So you can also mix this with your body moisturizer. You can use it as an illuminator on your face. But what I've been using this one for recently is I have the one that I use in my bathroom, and on the days that I haven't used that, because it's been getting hotter and I'm trying not to do like highlighter all over my face, I've been taking this prior to putting on my foundation. I take literally the smallest amount. One pump is gonna be too much. I try to like barely squeeze any out. And honestly, like, it probably would be better if I just opened it up and like took a little dab off of the straw thing in here. But I just take a little bit prior to putting on my foundation. So after primer, I'll just take a little bit of that and I tap it on my cheekbones. I tap it in the center of my forehead. I tap a little bit on my Cupid's bow and a tiny bit on my nose. And then I go on in with my foundation, and I feel like it just gives that lit from within look. It's another way to use this and not have it be overly shimmery. Well, I don't feel like it's super shimmery, but overly glowy, radiant. It just kind of like highlights those like high points of your face, especially if you're not going to go in with foundation and you just want like a little bit of luminosity to your skin, but you don't want it all over. Take the tiniest amount of this and pop it on your cheekbones and you're good. You don't need a powder highlight. You just put this on and you're like good to go. All right, some bronzers that I'm adoring. I've been loving cream bronzer lately, and I've been pulling out my Giorgio Armani Maestro Liquid Summer. I don't know if this was limited edition. I know that they have a ton of different shades of their Maestro stuff, so if you don't have the liquid summer, if that's not available, I'm sure there's a color that's similar. I'll try to look it up and I will link it down below if this isn't available. But this is the most beautiful bronze shade, and this will literally last you forever. I've used this in the past to warm up some of my foundations that were too light if I was self-tanning, but as a bronzer, it's so great. I literally take the smallest drop, like that much. That's it. Put it on the back of, I usually use something like this. This is the top of a candle, like a Barnes & Noble's candle. Barnes & Noble, Bed and Bath, not Bed and Bath, dang it. I usually pop it on top of this, which is a top from a candle from Bath and Body Works. And literally you need one drop. You take your beauty blender and you just put it and bronze up your face. You don't need more than one drop. It's so pigmented. It blends so beautifully into the skin. It's the perfect color. Absolutely adore this, and it's light. It's very light on your skin. It's not like a heavy, thick cream. It's just this light liquid. It's amazing. Now the bronzer that I cannot stop using is from the new MAC collection. I did a haul and swatches of all of these new MAC products, so I will link that down below as well in case you missed that. And this is in matte bronze. It's a beautiful bronze, kind of like a neutral tone. It's not super warm, it's not super cool. It's what I have on today, and it's the most perfect bronzer shade. I absolutely adore this. I don't know if this color is in their permanent collection, so get your hands on it if you can. I've tried swatching this. I don't feel like it swatches good with finger swatches. It really doesn't. Like it just doesn't. But when you apply it with a brush, the brush really helps it blend into the skin. It gives it a really good pigment to the skin without like overdoing it. So I think this is a must-have from the collection, this and the hot chocolate lipstick. But this is so great. I love using, the brush that I've been using is, this is a MAC 138. Sigma makes one like this. It's just kind of a big tulip shaped brush. And I just swirl it in there and I just bronze up my face. And honestly, it just applies and blends so effortlessly. It's not patchy. It's just really good. All right, my brows. I don't know if you're noticing if they look any better. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been working on trying to get my brow game down. It's hard. I mean, I don't know. I like to think that I'm not that challenged with my brows. Gosh, my chest is red. It is so hot in here and I'm trying not to turn my air conditioning on. I'm not ready for $300 a month air conditioning utility bills. So I'm just like holding out until this video is done being filmed and I can turn this fan on. So I apologize that I am all red and flustered, but it is hot in here. And so anyways, brows. I've been working on trying to get my brows better. Now, when I look in the mirror, I feel like darkness wise, they're the same. However, whenever I go to edit, I feel like this brow is so much darker than this brow. And so I've been going lighter on this brow, like lighter pressure. But for some reason, when I go to edit, this one's always like the super dark brow. But I've been trying to get my brows a little bit better. I don't know if anyone has noticed. I don't know if anyone thinks that they look better. I feel like I've gotten them to look a little bit better. And what I've been using is the brow definer from Anastasia in chocolate. It has a spoolie on one side and then the other side has, all right. So the other side has the kind of like triangle tip. It's a little bit thicker. And I've literally gone from the inner corner super, super light. I draw up to the arch and down. And then I start from the bottom and I just kind of flick and fill in. And then I go to about here and I go up to the arch and down and then I fill it in. And then I really brush it through. I wasn't really brushing them through as much, so I think they were just super like intense. So I've been trying to brush them through much more. And then I go in with the Gimme Brow from Benefit, and this is almost gone. This is like in their medium deep shade, and it's got the tiniest, tiniest little wand, and I kind of push these ones straight up because I want them up, and then I kind of flick these up and out, and I feel like I like the way they look so much better. So you guys tell me if they look worse, just like pretend I didn't ask you to tell me, because if they look worse, I don't want to know because I've really been trying to get them to look better. And I think that's about it for my favorites. Oh, other than this lip color, this is Lumiere from ColourPop. You guys, like this is all that I have left. This is my most worn lip liner ever. It's what I have on today. It's the only lip liner that I have on. And I just love it. I love it by itself. I love it under things. I love it with just gloss over it. It's just seriously the most perfect color ever. And I really, really like it. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Current favorites, I really like this eye look that I did today. So if you guys want a tutorial for it, let me know because I'm really liking the way it turned out. I was contemplating filming a tutorial while I was doing it, but I kind of wanted to see if I liked the way it looked first. So if you like it, it's kind of like a chartreuse, warm, brown eye. And I think it looks good with some winged liner, and I'd definitely probably put on some false lashes if I was going to film a video for it. But if you like this eye look, thumbs up this video, comment down below and let me know that you want it. Gosh, I look so flushed. Like my chest just looks so red. What in the world? Okay. I don't know what is happening. Do you guys ever like, I just don't know why. It's just hot. I think it's just really hot in here. Alright guys, I think that is it for my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know some of your current weekly, monthly favorites. If you've tried any of these products, let me know if you like them. Are they on your like yes list, your no list? And I hope that if you haven't tried them, they give you some ideas of some new makeup products to try out, or if you have them, pull them out of your collection. The stars of the show really for me this month, these CoverFx drops, like I'm so excited. I'm gonna mix this with like every foundation that I have to see how it performs. I just love the way that my skin looks with these. So I think these are going to be a huge, 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 huge like must-have for me this summer. And these two bronzers like together have just been a dream come true. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I've gotten a bunch of new subscribers lately from my Jaclyn Hill video where I like showed you all of this. I think I've already talked about that video, but I got a ton of new subscribers from that. So if you are new, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. I do have Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of those social media platforms, and it's all Shades of Cassie. So they are linked down below if you aren't following me on there. On Snapchat, I've been talking about my tea detox experience, which I've noticed a lot of people on Instagram now talking about Teamy Tea. I'd never heard of it, and then now I'm seeing it all over Instagram. But I'm doing their 30-day skinny detox tea situation. So I take a skinny tea every morning, and then I do the colon cleanse tea every other night. It just really works. So let's put it that way. The colon cleanse tea works. You can just read in the reviews of it. It really does work. So I'm hoping to kind of lose some of this water weight and bloating that I have going on. And I'll keep you guys updated on how it's working. So far, I feel like I'm noticing my midsection, mainly my stomach. I don't know, I feel like I've been getting bloaty lately. And I've noticed that it has slimmed down a lot. So I've done the colon cleanse tea twice already, and I'm almost on a full week of the tea. So far so good. I'm not a tea person. I don't particularly enjoy tea, and I actually don't mind the taste of it. It's kind of just like a plain herbally tea. It's not super flavorful. But I feel like so far it's getting the job done. So if you want to hear about my tea experience and all the other fun stuff that I talk about on Snapchat, make sure you follow me there. All right, guys, I am done rambling. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.